Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you are new. I am Denise. Today is Sunday, and I'm going to start another week of the meals that I am making for my husband and myself. We do new recipes, and we do tried and true recipes. Tonight, I am making pulled pork King Ranch casserole. And I am going to use some canned pork that I have here. That smells good. And I need to drain it. And I need a half a cup of broth because I am making a can of cream soup. And here is Miss Sophie. She smells the meat. There you go. Oh, good. I got a half a cup. Okay, now I need to see how much pork I have here because I need 3/4 of a pound. Wow, that's almost perfect. Okay, I am going to break that up a little bit better. I canned this up, I don't know, late October or so. I'm still so new to canning that I don't bring you along when I do it because I forget steps, and it's just something I have to get used to doing before I bring you along with it. Now I'm going to start by making a can of cream of soup. So to make 1 can of cream of soup, I need 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt that. No, Sophie. No, you've had enough. Nope. No more. And then I'm going to need 3 tablespoons of flour. All right, that is pretty much melted. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. And whisk that around in here for a little bit. Getting a nice paste. Getting that flour taste cooked out. Now I'm going to add a half a cup of this broth. I'm hoping this pork broth will work. It should. Okay, now I need to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. I need a pinch of black pepper. And a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, there is my can of cream soup. So now to that, I need to add a half a can of Rotel. I am doing half the recipe, so I only need half of this. And we're not draining it. I'll put the other half in a container and freeze it until next time I need it. Now I need a half a cup of Cheese Whiz, and I just bought this Great Value brand. Okay. And now I need a half a tablespoon of minced onion flakes. And a half a teaspoon of hot sauce. I am using this Tabasco. And a teaspoon of the W sauce. Shake it up because all your flavoring settles to the bottom of your bottle. What'd I say? A teaspoon. Okay, now we are going to get all this cheese melted in here. Since I'm only doing half the recipe, I'm using a, what is this? It's a 2.2 quart. It's about a 7 by 11, I think. And I'm going to lightly spray it. Okay, I'm going to shut the heat off. Here I have just under 5 ounces of crushed tortilla chips. And I'm going to put half of them on the bottom. And now, this is where you would use pulled pork, but I'm using what I have, and I have canned. So I'm going to put half of it down on the chips. Alright, that is looking good. Now I'm going to put half of this sauce over the pork. And now I need to put 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm sorry, a half a cup for now. Now I'm going to do another layer of the chips. Another layer of the pork. And some more of this sauce, the rest of it. Want some cheese? Sophie. We're going to do another half cup of shredded cheddar. And mozzarella, a half a cup. And this is going to bake uncovered for 35 to 45 minutes. And there it is going in the oven. So I'll see you back here in about 40 minutes. Okay, friends, our dinner is ready. It was in for 35 minutes. It's all nice and hot and bubbly. Pulled pork, King Ranch casserole. I have made this recipe before. It is really good. I recommend it. And I did half the recipe, but I will have the original linked for you below in the description box. And there it is. And we're also having grapes with this tonight. Pulled pork, King Ranch casserole. That is what's for dinner tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Monday. Tonight for dinner, we are having little smokies heated up in barbecue sauce. We use Sweet Baby Ray's. And we found some onion rings at a discount grocery store yesterday, so I decided to have some of them and see if we like them or not. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Tuesday. Tonight for dinner, we are having these croissant breakfast sandwiches I prepared last weekend. Bacon, egg, cheese, onion, and green pepper. Popped them in the microwave for about a minute, and we're going to try our luck with these oranges tonight. Easy and delicious. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Wednesday. Tonight we went to the Dairy Queen for dinner. My husband got a bacon cheeseburger and fries, and I got a 4-piece chicken strip with toast, fries, and gravy. I had a busy day in the kitchen today preparing for Thanksgiving, so that's why we did this. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I'll see you again on Friday. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Friday. Tonight for dinner, I am making some of these home-style onion rings that we picked up at the discount grocery store. And I am going to cook us up some of my hamburger patties that I made up a while back and had in the freezer. There is cooked bacon, shredded cheddar cheese, and chopped candied jalapenos in here. So once this oven is preheated to 425, these are going to go in for about 15 minutes. I'll flip them halfway through, and I'm just going to get these hamburgers cooked. I'll bring you back when we plate up. Okay, friends, our dinner is ready. Onion rings have been in for 16 minutes. The hamburger patties are done. I made our buns up with mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, and pickles. And I'm just going to add a leaf of lettuce. Ooh, also get these onion rings out. These are fairly decent onion rings for being frozen. We liked them. That's why we got a couple more bags. Okay. We'll put some onion rings on the plate. I actually like the pieces. There you have it, friends. Simple, delicious dinner tonight. Homemade hamburger patties and onion rings. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Saturday. Tonight for dinner, I am making easy Dorito pie. So I am going to start by browning up 1 pound of ground beef. And I'm gonna cook this just like we were making tacos. Okay, I need to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. And here I have a 9-inch pie pan. I'm gonna spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. And a roll of croissants. We're gonna lay these out, triangle to the middle of the pan, or the tip of it. Just gonna line the pie pan with these. And then we're going to press the seams together. Okay, here I have an 8-ounce bag of nacho cheese tortilla chips. And I'm going to crush them. Now we have to wait for the ground beef to get done. Okay, now I need 1 cup of shredded pepper jack cheese. Get out my handy dandy cheese shredder here. And I'm going to stick it to the countertop. Yeah, I have about 4 ounces of cheddar or pepper jack cheese here. Going to grate it right in here. Not for measuring purpose so much, but close enough to a cup. Here you go. I'm going to drain it. Suck up the grease with a paper towel. Okay, got the majority of it. Now I'm going to pour in a 1/2 cup of water. And some taco seasoning. Gonna go with 2 tablespoons. This is my homemade taco seasoning. You can just use a packet if that's what you have. I'm going to let this simmer for a few minutes. Now I need 1 cup of sour cream. And a 1/4 cup of salsa. And we're going to stir this to combine. Now I need to melt a 1/4 cup of butter. I'm going to shut this burner off. Okay, now we are going to put our ground beef on top of the crushed tortillas. Spread that out. Now we're going to put the sour cream and salsa mixture over the ground beef. Spread that around. Now we're going to top with the pepper jack cheese. And another 1½ cups of the nacho cheese tortillas. And now we're gonna drizzle the melted butter on here. And this is gonna bake in the 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes, or until the crescent rolls are golden brown. There it is, going in the oven. Set my timer for 20 minutes. And we'll bring you back when we plate up. Okay, our Dorito pie is done. It was in for 20 minutes. I did end up turning the temp down to 350 because it was burning more. Get this cut. I have made this recipe before. It is really good. I highly recommend it. And I will have it linked for you below in the description box. And we cannot have something Mexican without our Ortega taco sauce. All right, here it is. Easy Dorito pie. And I peeled this up or sliced this up in orange. I'd like to thank you for spending this week in the kitchen with me. I hope me sharing these dinners I make for us is inspiring you to cook some more for you and your family. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.